Hello everybody, welcome back to Scrappy Adam and welcome back to the return of an old series that I've been doing for quite a while but haven't done for some time, and that is Elle's Studio. Now it used to be Elle's Sunday, but I've now changed it to Elle's Saturday purely because Scrap Backwards comes out on a Monday, and I thought every other day was more attainable, so we're going to go and shoot for a Saturday. I'm not going to say it's going to be every week, but Elle's videos will come out on a Saturday for the weeks that I do it. And this week I have done one. So there we go. So Elle's Saturday is basically all about using up some of this Elle's Studio stash. Now, I have a lot and I've destashed a lot, but I still have a lot and I love Elle's Studio. I've made no secret of that. And if you go to shopellsstudio.com, you will see why. It's amazing, and they've had loads of new stuff come out. I've been good for a little while. There might be something coming soon, but yeah, I have been good for a long while because I need to use what I've got. I've been through, so I have all my Elle Studio paper separately in here. That's all paper and Project Life cards and wood, which they don't do anymore, or they haven't done for a long while, which is a shame. And we're going to go for a bit of a Disney theme without going full on Disney. I am using a brand new sketch from Scrapbooking. This is sketch number 80, which was released yesterday. That is Friday 14th of July by Lisa in the Scrapbooking Facebook group, and it is this sketch. So we have four basically squares of paper in a diamond. So that is the sketch. I love the sketch, and we're going to put our own spin on it, as I always do. So I've chosen four papers. We've got classic red and white polka dot, a yellow stripe, this, which is one of my favourite ever patterns, and this small world kind of paper, and then I've also got two journaling cards out as well. These are from an older Elle Studio Disney-esque collection, which was Magical Memories. And these two and these two are from the more newer Magical Memories. This one was released last year, but it's all classic Elle Studio, and I just love Elle's Studio products. They offer something a little bit different to everything else that's out there, so I'm excited to give it a try. And I've also pulled out my 12x12 stencil from Scrapping Reflections, which is repeating Mickey heads, and I am going to do a bit of stenciling. So I am going to do that on the background, and we're going to cut our squares. So for our squares, I need them to be such a size that means they all slot together. So to do that, I am basically just going to roughly find the middle, which is about here and about here, and just check. Let me just move this down. So we're here and here, roughly. So just to double check, we need it to be okay. I always get confused when I try and do a layout like this, which I know sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Okay, so I'm going to shoot for 4x4 first, and we'll see where we go. So let me just get these trimmed down to 4x4, and I will be right back with you. So I have cut my patterns. I have exchanged the red polka dot for the green, so I can use a red ink. Never thought of that. I've cut my squares 4x4 for anybody interested, and I'm going to lay my stencil on top of my 12x12 like so, and I'm not going to bother with washi, I'm just going to hold it down. Now, for us to know where to stencil, I basically want to do middle out, and I want to sort of lessen the pressure in the four corners. So it's going to take a little while, so I'm going to start it on camera and then go and finish it off camera, just because we are doing a full 12 by 12 sheet. So let me show you what I mean. So we're going all the way up, all the way down, like so, and I'm trying, whether I am succeeding or not remains to be another thing, and I'm trying to put an even amount of pressure basically, and then as I reach down into the corners, I'm releasing my hand a little bit to release the amount of pressure I'm putting on to the brush. So we're going to continue on like this. Kind of get a line going there. Now, of course, we're going to have paper covering some of this, so it doesn't need to be perfect at all. And then as I get to go in this corner, we're going to go out like this. And as I say, we're going to reduce our pressure. Go. I am not an expert stenciler. If you are looking for that, then you need State Goddess. She is amazing. Who is Sandy here on YouTube. She's the one that owns Scrapping Reflections, which is where this stencil has come from. Of course, you've also got Lisa at scrappersketch.com, whose stencils are my favourite. I just needed a Disney one for today, hence why we're using this one. But yeah, check them out for professional stenciling, shall we say. There's loads of other people that are awesome at it. Galaxy Girl Creations, MK. Oh, I shouldn't have started naming people because I will no doubt forget many people. But I'm sure you all follow all the awesome people anyway. Mel Walkden also does amazing mixed media. Rebecca Lockhart. So many. Okay, nearly there. I've ended up doing it all on camera with you guys. There we go. Just going to go over a bit of it. There we go. That will do. So let me put the lid on the ink before it goes everywhere. I've used for this Distress ink, which I find better for stenciling than Distress Oxide. And then we're going to pull that off, and voila! We have our patterned paper background. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. Okay. One thing I have noticed is that the stencil isn't straight, so we've got a bigger border here and here. That's not great, but I've never noticed that before. But it's fine. It's not a problem. So I'm going to let that dry just for a few minutes, and then we're going to get our squares on and in position and continue on. So I've set that side, it's dried, and let's get going and get sketchy. I've decided we're going to do a bit of tearing down here and add a strip of this, just because this gap is bothering me, but I'm not doing another one. First up, though, we are going to get our squares stuck down. So I want to try and get these as right as I possibly can. So, with that in mind, I'm going to attempt to do so. Okay, so we need to find the middle point, which is approximately there. So therefore this is going to go about here. No. Okay. See, this is why we shouldn't do odd shaped sketches, guys, because it never works out. And yes, I could have done this off camera, but I'd rather show you guys that it doesn't always work out as planned. And that's okay. You just got to roll with it. Lisa chucks these sketches at us and doesn't think of the consequences. No, I'm only joking. They are amazing sketches, and Lisa knows that I love her sketches, even when I am being tested. Okay, so the way to do it, we're going to add this one there. We're going to add this one there, roughly. Then we're going to add this next one. Oh, that tape's run out. Let's get a new tape. Whilst we're waiting for a tape delivery. Then we're going to add this one here. Okay, so let me just get these ones added. I'm going to take this grey one up for a moment whilst we get this one added. And now I will add the top and the bottom. Okay, so they're going to go about here. Add a bit more adhesive to that because I've ripped it up, and that's going to go about there. Is this perfectly placed? No. Am I bothered? No. It's staying put. Basically, I am going to straighten this yellow one a little bit, but beyond that, it is what it is, guys. And what it is not straight. Excuse me. But I don't claim to have perfection when it comes to things like this. Okay, then what we're going to do is I'm going to tear a little bit of this paper down here, just quite roughly, like so. And I'm then going to stick this card under there. It just about fits. So we're going to put adhesive around the tear on the reverse, of course. And we're going to add this in that way, just making sure that the black is on the opposite side to the black paper on the front, like so. And I'm just going to cut that there because I don't need to waste that bit because we might be able to use that elsewhere. So we've got a little detail going on here. We may add it at the top as well. I don't know yet. We shall wait and see. Okay, so on our sketch we have photos in these two. And that is what I had thought of doing as well. I have done my squares at 4x4, so I will do my white mats slightly less, probably 3 3/4, and then we're going to focus on these two. I've purposely put the stripes going different ways, as well as that going another different way, and this going another different way, and then these stripes are going vertically down. And then we'll focus our title. So let me grab the photos and photo mats, and I will be right back. So I've been through my photos. I've decided on these two, and I know they are wonky, and that is intentional. This is artwork that I took photos of in Disney, and I quite like how different it is to have them on the angle, so I've run with that. I've been through the ephemera and picked out some pieces that could work here, as well as the vellum ephemera. So I've got 2 packs of the Magical Memories die cuts. We got the Magical Memories Vellum die cut words, Magical Memories Vellum die cut shapes, and wood veneer. So I've been through all of those already just to save us a bit of time. And I'm going to go in and use one of the vellum words. And I'm just using a little bit of tape adhesive on the back. It's clear, and so I find that that is the best thing. And I'm going to pop that across the middle of our green square. So that's just going to go there. And I'm also going to add this circle piece at the top. And it just says, remember this magic moment. So that's just going to sit at the top there. Now I do want to add to my title. So I'm going to add, believe in the magic is going to be our title. So I'm just going to bring this down here. This isn't quite straight. I'm not sure how I've done that, but I have. So let's just straighten that out like so. So I'm going to go in with these gold alphas for in, and I am overlapping. I do like the way it looks overlapped. So we got in, and then let's have the. Oh, we don't have an H. That's annoying. And a G-I-C. Okay, so we'll do the out of red. So believe in the. So I need to put a bit more adhesive on this, just because it's not sticking, guys. It'll be partly because the vellum isn't stuck down properly, so I'll sort that out in a moment, no problem. And then let's go back to our gold for magic. So we've got A, G. I don't use these very often. When I want L's alphas, I tend to go for the tile alphas, but I do have a lot of their puffy stickers, so it's good to get them used. So we've got believe in the magic as our title. I do have some embellishments from this collection as well. So we've got the Magical Memories puffy stickers. I have 2 packs of those. I think, yes. So I've got 2 packs of those. We've got 2 packs of the Magical Memories puffy circle stickers. We have got a pack of the puffy word stickers, the label stickers, and 2 packs of the cardstock stickers. So we've got plenty to be going on with. Now, I'm going to add in a couple of hearts down here. We've got a vellum heart and a cardstock heart. So let's see how we want to overlap these. Something like that, I think. So that's that square pretty much done. Happy with the way that looks. And then I do want to add a couple of bits onto our photos potentially, and also bring some embellishments over here as well. I want to cut this, so I don't need it all. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut it halfway through, just so we don't have any of the words. So we're just going to come across like so. I will keep that because we'll be able to use that as a frame, and then I will use that sort of over here to overlap things in. So we've got this going on. So I'm still not sure what I want to do over here. So I quite like the idea of using this magic. So magic found here. So that can apply to everything. So that's going to go here and overlap the end of it there. Now let's see what we've got on here. We've got lots of words, lots of shapes, got lots of labels. can make a Mickey head out of these, which is very clever. Okay, so I think we might use these tickets. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to make this up as I go along, because I don't really know what I want to do. So let's just go for it. So we're going to add this there. And I'm going to add this, because I do like this title. It says, characters, rides, souvenirs, parades, fireworks, 100% fun. And that's what Disney is all about, of course. So that's going to go there. And then I think we might add these there. However, I am going to tear them. And I've just torn the end off where it says park notes so that we can then just tuck these there. I'll keep those end bits because we'll be able to use them at a later date. I'm going to add in a couple of these banners onto Mickey, I think. So let's add one there and one here. Just adding in a couple of extra details there. I've got this journaling spot down here, so we could add that down there maybe, along with this bits and pieces collected from our trip. So they're both going to go on a little angle there. Maybe with a green heart or a black star. Let's go with a black star. So tie that in there. And this wood veneer piece, which just says picture perfect, I'm going to put up here. About there. I do love this piece with all the extra little elements. So I want to get that on. That can come there, I think. And then let's see what we've got on here. I'm not necessarily going to use everything, of course, but I do want to bring in something. So what about if we brought in the black circle, but let's have the blue ears, I think. What do we think to that? And then let's layer in the love within that circle. I love the way that looks, actually. And just to finish off this little cluster over here, I'm going to add a star and a heart. Elle's stars and hearts are always done superbly. And they always sell puffy packs of them, if that is something you're into like me. I have a ton of them. I would highly recommend them. Now, now that we've got everything on here, I may well add a few extra bits, but we've got our two embellished squares and our two photos and a little bit down here. I feel like I need to bring that up here to a smaller extent, but bring it up nonetheless. So I'm just going to tear a bit of this off. Don't be afraid to tear your paper, guys, and add a little bit of detail. Because it can be that little bit of detail that can just finish off your layout. So don't be afraid to get creative. And things like this, it's an easy way to add a pop of colour to any layout. Like now we've done that. Look at that, how perfect that is. And it was very quick to do. So let's see what we want to add up there to call this layout done. I know I want to add a couple of the finishing touches, as I call them, over here. So we've got like these diamond shapes going on and the stars. So let's add 3 of them. along with a black star, which I am using as if it was an enamel dot. So we've got 3 there, and I'm going to pop 3 down here, like so. Placed randomly in the same way that I would if it were an enamel dot. Now I do want to add a little bit of something up here just to replicate what we've done down here. So let's bring in this black sticker and let's go again. Whilst that could refer to a ride, it could also refer to just generally, let's go again. And I'm just adding a couple of the finishing touches up there as well, including a couple of stars. So we've got that going on up there. Excuse me. And now I think I'm going to just add some off sketch, and we're going to add a word phrase sticker to each of our squares. So we've got having so much fun together. We have got worth the wait, because that could mean the ride, that could mean the trip, that could mean anything. Then we have got best ever. And finally, we have got down here, let's have look who it is. It's Pluto. Okay, so that's going to go about there. I have a whole stack of artwork pictures to document. I'm looking forward to getting more and more of those done as time goes on. Okay, finally I'm going to add a puffy sticker to our little flags up here. And that just says, oh boy, which obviously goes with Mickey perfectly. And I think I'm going to call that done. I absolutely love this sketch and I love the result. I hope you guys do too. And I'm really happy to be back with Elle's studio series. There is the finished layout with all of the different elements. Super fun, and as I showed at the start, it's not always easy to get these sketches right. Just do whatever takes your fancy. Mine are not perfect by any means. I could have got a T-ruler out and got it all perfect, but in all honesty, it looks okay. It looks good. I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. And we've got a couple more photos documented and some product used. So I will call that a win for our first Elle's Saturday. Continuing on from my Elle's Sunday series. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with Scrap Backwards. That will be going live at 10 AM. You should already be able to see the preview slash not sure what they call it on YouTube, preview. Yeah, preview. And I will be back at various points with some Elle Studio and Disney dive for die cuts. Thank you so much for watching. Have a brilliant week. Bye for now.